Welcome back. Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy for you. And before I get started, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up so I know you're enjoying my content. And if you hate it, give it that thumbs down. I'm good either way. Today I have a special one for y'all, one that I put a lot of time and effort into and a lot of thought. And today I have for you the best pound for pound budget EDC knife. I had to set some parameters just so I wasn't all over the place. First of all, it had to be a knife that I currently owned in my collection. It couldn't be over 7.5 inches, and it had to be under $65. $65 or under. And, you know, like I said, you may have some that are better or what you think is better, but this is what's in my collection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you all 10 of them, and then I will give you the number one pound for pound best EDC knife in my collection at the moment. So let's get started. Starting it off is a fan favorite from a few years ago. That is the Tangram Santa Fe. Excellent budget beater. You can get this bad boy on Amazon for $21. $21. This is Tangram is a sub-brand of Kaiser, and you get a Kudo 440C steel, Kudo 440 steel, I'm sorry, which is decent steel. G10 scales. It didn't come with this wedge. I was practicing on it being it's a budget blade, and I also put a mirror polish edge on it. This thing has seen a lot of use and abuse in my shop. Stainless liner lock, tip up, left or right hand carry. Very, very smooth action. This thing got smoother and smoother the more I used it. Excellent action, excellent detent. Easy access to that lock bar, good lockup. It's riding on phosphor bronze and that thin Teflon washer on the outside. I absolutely love that combination, especially on a budget blade. It just gives it that nice, silky, smooth action. But for $21, you know, this is an excellent choice. The next one's coming in from Ruike, and that is the P661B. It has one of my favorite budget stainless steels, and that is 14C28N. You can get it in this blade shape and also in a Warney. I also have the Warney, but it's currently taken apart at this moment. G10 scales, tip up, right hand carry only, deep carry pocket clip, liner lock. Very, very smooth action. Nice action. Single thumb stud. Excellent detent. This is a smaller, you know, EDC knife. I get a full 4-finger grip with my medium-sized hands. This bad boy comes in at $33. I think it's a good bang for the buck. Every one that I'm mentioning here, I definitely recommend wholeheartedly. Oh, and you also have a crown spine on the Ruike as well. The next one's coming in from SOG. I tried to keep one from each company because I didn't want, there's, you know, some companies I could have gotten tons of them, but the SOG Terminus XR, probably my favorite design that SOG has ever came out with. I kind of wrote them off for a while, but when they came out with this, I decided to pick it up. They've had several variations of this. It started out in BDZ steel, and this variation is in D2. Nice stone wash on there. G10 scales. Their XR lock. That's kind of it's an iteration of the Axis lock. Excellent action, riding on bearings. Nice flipping action, and you can easily access that thumb stud. So just a good overall knife. Deep as they come. Carry pocket clip. As you can see, it hangs over the end. It is left or right hand carry. There's a little groove that slides into. It's got some weight reduction in there, decent weight to it, nice and comfortable. The SOG Terminus XR comes in at $55. Great bang for your buck, and SOG does a great job of heat treating their blades. The next one's coming in from Bestech, and that is the Bestek Texel. This one's just an attractive design and a very useful blade shape, in my opinion. This is a design collaboration between Bestech and Adam Purvis Blades. kind of iteration of his progeny model. Very comfortable handle, the way it comes down right here. Very comfortable in hand. Satin, you can get it in different variations and different G10s and stuff. G10 scales. You can see the lightning pockets on this side. It is right hand tip up carry only. Easy access to that lock bar. Riding on bearings. Nice action. And the Texel comes in at $52. I think that's a pretty good bang for your buck as well there. This next knife kind of made its way around the reviewers, and a lot of people liked it for good reason. It's a good low budget knife, and that is the Western Active Honey Badger. This is the medium size. It fit my parameters. This one has the 8CR 13 MOV. FRN scales, liner lock, inset liners that have been skeletonized, tip up, right hand carry only, easy access to that lock bar, riding on bearings, very, very smooth, action's good, flipping's good, comfortable in hand as well, and you can also choke up if you would like. 8CR with the plastic handles is $37. All right, the next, you can't do a list without one of their knives as well. They produce some of the most high quality budget blades and quality higher end blades as well. And that is Wheeze line of knives, budget knives, Civivi, and I went with the Dogma, mainly for the cutting performance and the overall look of this knife. D2 steel, deep hollow ground blade with a nice thin edge termination right here. You get that attractive clip point blade. You have G10 scales that have a jigging pattern, like a faux jigging pattern on them, and a faux bolster right there. Just an overall very comfortable in hand. Probably my favorite Civivi thus far. And this comes in at $48. I think that's an excellent bang for your buck. And another alternative to this one that's probably even more popular than this one is the Elementum. As you can see, I use the Elementum quite a bit. D2, G10. The only reason I chose the Dogma over this one is because you get more out of the Dogma. They did more stuff to this one. It's just a little bit more attractive in my opinion. The spear point blade is a little bit more useful depending on what you're doing, but you get a bigger knife in the Dogma. This one's right at that 7.5 inches, and this is $48, and the Elementum's $53. I don't really understand that at all, but either one's a great choice. You're not going to go wrong with either one of those. All right, I had to pick me a Kershaw, and it was one of their new ones this year, the Kershaw Tumbler. This is a Dmitry Sinkovich collaboration. I love that blade shape, and I love the way that handle goes back. Very comfortable in hand. D2 steel, G10 with carbon fiber laminate over the middle of it right here. Very nice and thin, lightweight, tip up carry, tip up right hand carry only. It's got their subframe lock, good lock up. The only problem that I see with this knife is, besides the wonky edge termination right there, is the price tag. This thing comes at $65. That's pretty steep, especially for what you're getting here. So that's why this one didn't make number one. I'll tell you that. Next one. This is probably one of my favorites here. This is by CJRB. This is a small Feldspar. This one fit the parameters better. You got a D2 blade with a high flat grind and a stone wash finish. Comes down to a decently thin edge. I think it's like 18 thousandths. Contoured G10 scales with a little accent right there. I don't really like the poo-poo brown, but that's all they had whenever I ordered this one. Love a thumb stud actuated knife. This is on bearings, nice and smooth, good detent, good lockup. Inset liners as well. That's a nice little touch. Tip up, left or right hand carry. And this bad boy is only 35 bucks. This is an excellent bang for the buck. And I will tell you, they do a good job on their D2. Some companies are okay. They've done a lot better than a lot of the ones I'm talking about right now. All right, the next is my favorite knife from this company at this moment, and that is the CRKT Regular Size Pilar. This one's been heavily modified by me. I put an acid wash in a crown spine, and this is a white bone or antique bone linen micarta scale. I put a nice mirror polish edge on it, and I put a deep carry pocket clip. But the regular iteration of this is a pretty good little knife. It's a Jesper Voxnays collaboration. Comes with the 8CR blade that's satin, and you can get it in black wash as well too. This variation had the all stainless construction, riding on Teflon, 8CR 13 MOV, and that variation is $30. Kind of expensive for an 8CR knife, but you know, especially from the selection I got. Now the next is probably the most talked about knife, and it's been on so many people's top 10 list as their #1 knife for good reason. This is the Ontario Knives R2D2 D2 blade. I put an acid wash on this. One thing that I don't love about this knife, two things, is it's got FRN scales on it. I mean, I don't know, for the price, I think they could have went with some G10. I love the just a classic working blade shape right there. Like I said, this is a small tip up or down, left or right hand carry. You can see it's tapped for all that. Liner lock. Mine's a little late, but I haven't had any issues with it. It's seen a lot of use. And the R2D2 is 38 bucks. Excellent. Every one of them I've ever had. I've owned quite a few of these, have excellent action. Another thing that I don't love about the smaller version is the way this choil comes in. It just feels like I'm cramped in that area, so I tend to come up on it like this. And that full flat ground works really good. Love the thumb stud deployment. This is also on that phosphor bronze with the thin Teflon on there, and that action is just always so nice. 38 bucks. This is hard to beat as well. As an alternate for Ontario that came out this year, and I think it's an excellent bang for the buck if you're looking for a budget-friendly titanium frame lock, is their new Shikra model. All-state steel with the black wash, some crappy micarta, just cheap micarta, but you know, whatever. For the price, I think it's fine. It is contoured, as you can see. It's a titanium frame lock, tip up or down, right hand carry only, riding on bearings, and they usually do a pretty good job with their AUS 8. This thing is running at $45. I think that's an excellent price for what you're getting. And they got a new iteration of this coming out soon that I think I'm gonna like way more than this because of the blade shape. All right, the next one, new for this year, at least I think it is, and that is from QSP. That is the Penguin. This is just an excellent work knife. You got that nice Warncliffe blade, D2 steel, satin. This one's in the blue jean micarta. It's got a stainless liner lock with 2 standoffs. Just very smooth action, very snappy. I mean, this is super smooth. And this has also got the same thing as the R2D2 and the Ruike that I showed. It's got the phosphor bronze with the Teflon, the thin Teflon over it, and that just makes for an incredible action. You can spidey flick it. Love a thumb stud opener. This is just an excellent work knife. This one's in my pocket a lot of times. It's got that deep carry, pocket clip, tip up, left or right hand carry, easy access to that lock bar. And this bad boy, you can get it for 30 bucks. I think I even picked this one up off of drop.com for I think like 25 bucks. That is amazing. D2 steel, just a nice size. So that's my top 10. Real quick before I give y'all my 3 favorites out of that and the number one favorite out of all of them. 2 honorable mentions that I felt like I had to add, but just for several reasons I didn't, and that is a Spyderco Tenacious. This is the Resilience, but my Tenacious, I let somebody borrow it. Tenacious is an excellent knife, but it's like $52, and you get an 8CR with G10. I just don't think that's the best pound for pound in my opinion. It's a good knife, don't get me wrong, and I love Spyderco. This is a beast of a knife right here, but that's why this didn't really make it. And then the Kaiser Mini Doman, another good little knife, in N690. The only reason this one didn't make it is because I already have the Tangram. They're even more budget friendly, and I just think this is a better bang for your buck. So, what are the let's see, I got 4, but I'm going to give y'all the number 1 choice in just 1 second. But I would say the number 4 spot goes to the Civivi Dogma. The only reason it is at the number 4 is because it's $48, and I think there's just a little bit better bang for your buck as far as price and what you're getting. You know, that's just my opinion too. You can see it however you want to, but that's number 4. Number 3 is and I know some people are going to cringe when I say this, but the R2D2, mainly because it's $38 and you're not even getting G10. That's one reason. That's the main reason why this one didn't make it higher than that, and for me, the way that kind of crouches my finger and I gotta kind of choke up like this, but still an excellent knife, and it's made it to my number 3 spot. And the number 2 is the small Feldspar. Just that's hard to beat, man. You get the Contour G10 D2, $35. That's just amazing. Amazing knife for $35 on bearings too. Hard to beat, but there is still one knife that beat out all three of these in my opinion and my use, because I've used all these a good bit. And that number 1 spot is filled by no other than the QSP Penguin. Man, I like this knife so much that I got 2 of them in this variation, and I had a green micarta one, but I gifted that one to my buddy Lavender Pants because I wanted him to experience it. And look at this. Look at that. This one's my daily user in the shop. Stupid broken in, and I've sweated and oiled. This has got oil from my hands on it. Just awesome blade. D2, you get that nice. I love that because I can put my finger up on there. So just if you don't have any of these right here, you definitely need to pick up one. I promise you won't be disappointed. They've been a lot of people's favorites, and I think this one's going to be a lot of people's favorites that actually get it and use it. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. If you would pick it in a different order, let me know, and let me know why. Like I said, I'm going by price, by what you're getting, by performance. You know, this one, it was very hard to pick between these two, but this one made it in the pocket a lot more than this one because of that blade shape, and that's why I came down to this one, especially for $30, $5 cheaper. You are getting a great knife in this one, though. That one has great, a good heat treat on their D2, at least in my opinion. So there you go. Hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace. Oh, one more thing. I do have a best pound for pound hard worker coming up soon, too, that I'll probably be recording after this one. Peace.